Hey Pisces, this is your February 2021 personal and spiritual growth for the month ahead and message from Spirit. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, it looks like there's some sort of situation that you lost a little control over. It's a situation that got out of hand. Maybe you lost control over a situation, or maybe you were, making a plan that involves someone else and it just kind of crumbled. Something that you thought you had a good handle on kind of just, and what you're learning out of that is clarity, is how to be the king of swords. A lot of people say the king of swords is like, there's a difference between a leader and a control freak. There's a difference between a leader and just a man who's exerting dominance. And what you're learning is that there's nothing wrong with stepping up and being a leader. And the best story example I could give you is one time, my brother was actually planning a trip for a girlfriend at the time, or maybe it was a wife, I'm not sure. A significant other at the time. And he kept telling her, like, hey, we need to leave at this time. Hey, we need to leave at this time. You know, the day of, he was like looking at his watch and like, hey, are your bags packed? Are you ready to go? My bags are packed. They're in the car. And she was, oh, you're leaving too early. You're leaving too early. He's like, no, you need to pack now. I know you. It's going to take you a couple hours to pack. We need to get to the airport when you leave at this time. And she went, I'll pack faster. Don't worry. Sure enough, she ended up getting in a scramble. They left too late and they ended up missing their flight. There was enough time that he was able to drop her off at the front. She was able to like run out and get on the flight. But when he had to go park the car and he walked in to get on the flight, he didn't get on. So she got to go, but he missed the flight. So that's why it's something like that. And it's those moments where you've got to learn. You can blame the other person. She didn't listen to me. She didn't, you can blame the person, or it's hey, sometimes it's okay for me to like step up and be a leader. Babe, if you want to go, this is the time we need to leave by and be ready. If she's late, then you guys go together. Instead of dropping her off and running, you go and park and walk up and go, oh, we missed the flight. It's you being okay with stepping into a leadership role, with saying, hey guys, here is what we have to do. Here is the responsibility. Here are the tasks that need to get done for us to thrive. Because this is about you going from good enough to thrive. And some of that is recognizing, because you got the 7 of Cups reversed here too. So some of that is recognizing that sometimes limiting choice, it's, if you know someone who's always running late, like the story example I just gave you, the first time you're probably going to get a little mad, but then ultimately what can you learn from it? And it's, are you going to stay blaming that person forever? You're going to recognize, hey, it's actually okay for me to step up and be more assertive. We need to leave by this time. You're either ready or you're not. I'm going to leave. If you're later, catch a cab. If you're running later, drive yourself, right? That it's okay to have those kind of boundaries, that level of I know what needs to happen. And if they're not good at managing time, you limit their choices. Hey, babe, do you want to pack right now or do you want to make lunch? Okay, I'll make lunch. You go pack. Like sometimes you have to help limit people's choices. Babe, do you want to go out to and eat Chinese or do you want to go out to Italian? Just give you have to recognize that sometimes being a good leader is obviously you take input from other people, but sometimes you have to monitor like what are their deficits, Like an example with me is sometimes at the very end when we're getting ready to leave the door, I'll see like a little thing like, oh, if I bring that, then I can do this. Oh, but I might want to do that. I can bring that. And then I end up walking around my place, spending 20 minutes. Oh, I might need this. I might need that. It just helps me. When I had a boyfriend one time, he went, Kelly, we're leaving in 5 minutes. Go grab everything you think you're going to need. And then sometimes when I would come with my handful of stuff, he would go through it and go, what do you need this for? Sounds like you don't need it. What do you need this for? Sounds like you need it. And like, honestly, that was so helpful. So it's recognizing that like those little character deficits that are in another person, I always think I could get more done in a minute than I actually can. So when I have a boyfriend or a friend even who's, hey, we need to leave in 5 minutes. And then they get me there on time. Oh, it's the most amazing thing ever. So it's not about control, it's not about dictating, it's about stepping up to be a leader. So that's one lesson you're learning. Although that's a big lesson because you're going to have to find that balance between when do you sound like a dictator versus when do you sound like a leader. So a leader is someone who just kind of goes, okay, here's our end goal. Let all the people who are involved talk to me. What do you want out of the journey and out of the end goal experience? And then you take all of their needs into account and you build the plan. So you're not bypassing anyone, you're not ignoring anyone, you're not, no, we can do that next time, right? Sometimes you might have to do that if you're the leader, like, hey, but you talk to them about it. You don't just shut it down and be like an alpha dick. Like, no, you go, hey, I really see that you want to do that. When I'm planning the logistics and the time wise to getting there, that's going to take us 2 hours out of the way. And we just don't have 14 hours for the trip. We only got the 12 hours. Okay, I understand. Thanks for looking into it. See, that's a good leader. You have to tell the person no, but you're at least telling them why it's no. And hey, maybe on our way back down, we can make time for that. You're just the one who makes the plan for everyone's needs to get met, the servant leader. All right, so let's go into, yeah, you're honestly being encouraged to get out of your shell right now. Hermit reverse, Page of Wands upright, Five of Pentacles upright. It's get out of your shell and get back out there and start meeting people, start talking to people, maybe try to repair a relationship that was hurt. And it's like you got to get out of the disappointment. You just have to recognize like that was a disappointing situation. So sometimes this happens in manifestation where you're like, okay, universe, give me my husband. So the very next person who comes in, you're like, I was manifesting a husband and this is the next person that spirit put in my life. So this is my husband. And then you're like disappointed. You go all in, right? Super hella early. You just meet the person and this is my husband. You're all in. And then 3-4 months later when it burns up in flames and you're going through all the pain, you're like, why did the universe do that to me? And it causes just a little bit of doubt, a little bit of distrust, maybe a lot of doubt, maybe a lot of mistrust. Instead of just recognizing, I was manifesting a husband. I thought I was at the end goal, but really I was halfway to my journey. And I met who has a vibrational match to. Instead of the universe wanted me to hurt. No, you've got to let go of that and recognize you went all in instead of recognizing I'm getting in the energy of husbands and this is the first opportunity that's coming my way. Let me scope it out. How do I feel around him? How does he feel around me? How do I feel interacting? Right. So it's allowing yourself to recognize that some of your manifestations are a little bit of a journey. And even though that person might be your husband, sometimes you got to work out the negotiation phase of a relationship. Google the stages of a relationship. There's the infatuation love phase, and there's the power struggle, the conflict stage. And then if you guys can navigate past those, then you get to the love commitment phase. There's lots of material out there on that topic, but the point is you have to be willing to take the time to get to know yourself well enough so that you know your no's and you know your yeses, right? On my mastermind call a couple weeks ago, there was one person on there who really wants someone who buys stuff for them. Like they like receiving presents. And guys, that's a love language. Receiving presents is a love language. When people buy me jewelry, because jewelry is so specific to me, my taste, my flavor of it. When someone buys me jewelry that I actually like, I'm like, oh my God, this person knows my taste. They know what I like. A lot of times people buy my jewelry, I'm like, oh, I like it. It's a cool thing, but it's not me, So when they get that, just right, I feel so loved. That's a level of self-acceptance, of this is who I am. I like that. So for me, I like that. It's not something that I need often though, right? I need more cuddles, more physical affection. But some people need less physical affection and cuddles and need more gifts. So it's all about, can you be willing to communicate with a person like, hey, I just noticed that I feel loved when my person likes to spoil me and pamper me with gifts, right? Then you're just looking for the man or the woman who also likes doing that. You don't have to sneak. You don't have to, how do I get them to do this? How do I get them to want that? It's, hey, I like this in relationships. So who's the person who likes that, right? I obviously need someone who likes to cuddle. If they don't like to cuddle, then it's like, ooh, that's one of the biggest things I enjoy to being in a relationship. So if you don't like to cuddle, then we're not compatible. And it's where you make it not personal. It's not personal. If there was like physical affection, chemistry, and there's chemistry in other ways with the person, but that's one of the biggest needs of mine in a relationship, then it's not personal. It's just like a, yeah, damn, I guess, just different things make us happy. So, and it's not shaming them. Like, why won't he just cuddle me more? Right. Because if he doesn't like cuddling, then it's more of an indicator of just incompatibility between the two people than it is about any one of the people. He's not cuddling because when he was younger, his mom did blah, 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 blah. No. If his preference is, I like to cuddle a lot, and your preference is I like to cuddle a lot, then let yourselves be free to go find what you like without making it personal. So it's not bad to express your needs and wants in relationships. It's more, can you be willing to be honest about them and communicate them earlier on so you guys can filter faster, right? Why wait till you're 5 months in or 5 years in to discover that? Why not on like date 1 or date 5? Like, oh yeah, like, well, so what's your favorite thing about being in a relationship? What do you most enjoy about spending time with someone else? Oh, cuddling. Oh, every morning, every night. Ooh, I kind of like, I'm a doctor, I work at the ER. I have erratic sleep schedules. And sometimes when I come home, I just need to sleep. And like, if you're tossing and turning, I won't get sleep. You guys can get right then and there on the first date that it's not a solid match. Why put yourself through the heartache of falling for a person, having some of those good feelings only to, but he won't cuddle me, and he'll be in the place of, she just always wants more out of me. And like, I told her I can't do that. I need sleep. She doesn't respect my sleep. Like, why cut? That's what led to what was talked about earlier in the read. That's what led to the, you thought you were going in the right direction. It kind of crumbled down. You got the Emperor reversed and the Tower card reversed. So something kind of like, you lost control of something. Something went really bad, and now it's just really more about clarity. I now know I like this, right? So my brother probably gained clarity that I like arriving for all flights 2 hours early, just in case, even though we might be there waiting in the terminal. I don't want to stress out about missing a flight. I don't want to have to pay for missing a flight. The other person might have to go, well, I don't like just sitting there, but okay. So it's not that relationships take compromise. It's that it's a delicate balance, I would say, of refining the need at the time. If that person has a, no, I don't like getting to the airport early and sitting there, it's a waste of time, I could be doing stuff at home. This person's like, okay, but last time we did it your way and I missed the flight, I didn't get to enjoy the vacation, or it would have been extra $1,500 to like get me a new flight and everything. So, right, this need is a little bit bigger than this one. I actually want to go on the vacation versus I don't want to wait at the airport for 30 minutes. This is where you got to allow that space for complexity of emotions. Like, oh, I don't like waiting at the airport early. It's a drag. It doesn't feel good. I hate being there. I feel like I'm just around germs all the time. Yeah, babe, airports do kind of suck, don't they? Yeah, they do. Well, but I know the vacation's going to be worth it. It's, can you allow someone to feel good and bad about something that you're doing together, right? Because some people, you can easily take that personal. If you really want to go on vacation with me, you'd be looking forward to it. You'd be wanting to wait at the airport. No. Allow them to, yeah, man, waiting at the airport does suck. But, what sucks even more is missing a flight. Let's go, buttercup, It's allowing someone to not like something about you, but like you. It's allowing someone to go, yeah, Kelly, you toss and turn a lot at night. God, it's so annoying. It frustrates me. But it's worth it. I want you here. But sometimes it's just like, oh, Kelly's here. She keeps kicking me when she's sleeping. Can you allow yourself to, yeah, I could see how me tossing and turning doesn't feel good. I'm sorry. That's how I sleep, though. You still want me to come by? Oh, you do? Okay. Like, can you allow them to like you, but maybe not like one thing about you and not take it personal? All right, so that is a lot for you guys this month. Give me a comment below. Let me know how that goes for you. Let me know if you have any additional questions about the topic we covered in here, and I'll come back in and make another video for you guys. But yeah, give me a comment below. It's way more fun for me when I see comments. And if you want help with this more than I can help you in a video on YouTube, just send me an email at kelly@kellylunt.com. I have a mastermind open. I have a course opening up soon, and I have an in-person retreat I'm going to be doing in a couple months, very COVID safe. So if you want some more accelerated, in-depth support on your personal and spiritual growth, just send me an email, Kelly@kellylunt.com, KELLYLUNT. Tell me a little bit about what's going on and tell me a little bit what you'd rather be experiencing, and then we'll figure out the best way that I can support you to get you there. Love you guys. Bye.